like the music does. The sounds they make me hypnotized. It feels like a drug. Throw me in the biggest crowd. That's my safest place. You must know what this feels like now. However long it takes. Close your eyes, get it in your skin, let the music in. It's a ride, don't fight anything, let your body win, let the music in. Let the music in. Let the music in. Nothing makes me come to life like the music does. Nothing makes me come to life like the music does. Close your eyes, get it in your skin, let the music in. It's a ride, don't fight anything, let your body win, let the music in. Let the music in. Let the music in. Let the music in. Let the music
It's quite long, this intro, isn't it? Super chill though. Do we have 15 seconds still? Feels like it ends there. No, it's still going. Cool. Hello everyone. Happy Wednesday. Hope you are all doing well and welcome to Myles Dyer Live, where every week we hang out and talk about all sorts, from the fun to the serious. And today we are going to have some fun, but we are going to be talking about serious things. Occasionally we like to talk about mental health and well-being. And the inspiration for this episode was literally the fact that I've just been feeling wubbish the last 2 weeks, really low. And I'm fortunately in a pretty good place when it comes to this sort of stuff, which is I can see the indicators of feeling low. And on, you know, in some ways it's about observing it as a passing emotion or thought, and, you know, steering yourself accordingly to get over it. But sometimes it can be really hard to shake off. And so I thought, you know what? It is October. October's a great spooky month for watching horror and playing horror games. I know a lot of you in the chat were already saying about some horror games I should check out. But you know, the summer is behind us, if you're in the Northern Hemisphere, of course. And a lot of things that come with that can have a negative knock-on effect. You can feel just maybe a bit low, a bit lethargic, lacking energy, depressed, all sorts. And so I thought today we could just have a conversation about what can be done to combat it, what people's experiences are. We often talk about like seasonal affective disorder, SAD, great acronym. But a part of me feels that, all human beings are susceptible to it. We all need sunlight. We all need, exposure to the light. But it can impact some of us more than others. So, that is what we're going to talk about today. So hopefully that doesn't sound like too much of a downer. I promise that this will be a fun little hangout. But before I do get on with everything else and housekeeping, I just want to say hello to everyone in the chat. So who've we got? We got Looper, the Underground Game Cat. Hello to you. We've got Twitcher, the Juice, Game Cat. Hello. We've got Agramonia. We've got Kira Cat Lady. We've got David VR. We've got Clem Fandango. Hello to you. We've got Mojo. We have got Chris in the Purple House. Why do Southerners say hello rather than hello? Hello. Hello. Yeah, interesting. BR. Brr. It is getting cold. Kill Artist says, Myles, I started Madison VR last night. Got to finish before the spoiler cast. Yeah, I do really want to jump back in. To be honest, my plan was every night this week I was going to be live streaming a new game, but I just have not had time. I've literally finished work and gone back to bed. And I've actually got to do some work after this live stream, so I'm not going to get a chance to do any tonight. But maybe tomorrow, maybe Friday. The reality is, and for those that don't know Madison VR, it is like the scariest game in VR, in my opinion. I do want to play more of it. I am going to be on the spoiler cast at the weekend, regardless of what I do. I just got to keep it real. I do want to dive back in there, but I'm just not in the right frame to be playing something like that. Like, I feel very frail at the moment, and so I just need to be good to myself. But there are a lot of other VR games that have just come out. Max Mustard coming out in a couple of hours, as some of you mentioned. That'd be a good one to live stream. But it's also just like, sleep is very important for me at the moment, and rest, not just sleep. Just being calm and all that. Do you like my little candle, by the way? I don't know if I'm going to be able to pick it up. This is Starlight. Smells nice. I'm trying to think what Starlight smells like, but I can't tell. Looper says it's not some horror games, it's one quite particular. It certainly is. Clem says a massive pot of vitamin D. Yes, vitamin D, very important. Mojo says I got post-con blues, but I've got another convention this weekend, so yay. Yeah, once you ever have a massive high going to an event, the crashes that follow that, I definitely had it after Gamescom, just being surrounded by so many amazing people, so many conversations, the adrenaline, just the socializing, but even the fact that when you're not used to hanging out with huge numbers of people, it can take it out of you. Hey Melchiah, good to see you here. Thank you. Popsicle. Oh, Popsicle. I know it's Popsicle. Hitman, Behemoth, Metro, Wanderers, so many great games. Loop says, I think it's better to skip the spoiler cast if you can't play it. Don't ruin it for yourself. I mean, I know the story of Madison, and it was why I was always talking about the ending being something that I find interesting, moral-wise, for a VR game. So I'm definitely up for being a part of that conversation. Lots of love. Thank you. Don't leave the candles unattended. Absolutely. It's here right by me. And I know I've shown this gadget before, people, but I love this so much. This I got off Amazon, I think, years ago. But I always like lighting matches, just feels like a waste. Just using matches just feels like super wasteful. And then using a lighter, you can burn yourself if you're trying to get it, hold it upside down trying to light it. It's not good. But this was just amazing. And so for those that don't know, I'm going to have to cover my face while I show you. So you have this, and it's USB. And so you just turn it on. And then, I don't know if you can see it. Can you see that? It's like plasma. Super cool, right? And so you just, you can bend it around and just use it to light your candles. I love it. I love it very, very much. Chris says I should probably go to bed after this. I have college in the morning. What time you got to be up? You find a good book can be a great escape. This is awesome, actually. Like, having a good book is good, because something we need to be better at, I say we, I'm just throwing you into this with me, is, spending at least an hour away from screens before going to bed. And so reading a book can definitely be a big part of that. I'm terrible when it comes to that stuff. AJ is trying to infringe on your live stream. I just got a hood notification. What's a hood notification? Good notification vid? I don't know. Much love to AJ. He's been smashing it with VR coverage, as always, to be honest. Starlight probably smells like electricity and flowers, although early season starlight is greater than later seasons starlight. I mean, just having a look on the back here, it will have the ingredients. Doesn't say. No, I must have peeled off the label on the other side that had it. But it's nice. It's very pleasant. Very, very pleasant. Let's have a look. Oh, you have that exact candle lighter. That's cool. Zap me, Alex says. Zap me, zap me. Is it like a cattle prod? Sorry, I'm catching up now. Counter programming. It was the boys reference. I see. Cool. Well, just a bit of housekeeping before we crack on. Firstly, just to say that if you like the music you hear at the start, it's over on my Spotify. Just search Myles Dyer Live on Spotify and you can check it out there. But if you like the people in the chat, because there's lots of wonderful people here, check out the Empathy Arcade Discord. It's super good. Super, super, super good. And if you want to support the show, become a member. You can unlock all the cool emojis. You get a little badge next to your name. It's just a little thing. And I think for a year and a half now, or 2 years, I've been saying it's, the cost of a coffee every month. No, it's way less than that now with inflation. Unbelievable. Also got the Quest for Empathy store. If you want to get a t-shirt or something like that. It was awesome seeing Eric from QTC Gaming VR wearing it on the show this week. Much love to Eric. And Let's Plays. These need to come back, right, people? I do have like 6 ready to go. I just need to get my stuff together and make it happen. And I think it's because I'm already thinking about the big picture. I just need to do one at a time. So hopefully this weekend I can start doing it. But there's one more thing, people, because if you are watching live right now, there is, over here, and I haven't actually put it, I haven't put it in the chat yet, have I? Unbelievable. This week's puzzle is here. You just need to go to this link, bit.ly/all caps MDL for Myles Dyer Live 162, because that's the name of the episode, and then puzzle. And then you can head over here, and all you do is you click on an item, click on another, and it swaps it round. And you got to see if you can complete it before the end of the show. If it flashes green, it's in the right place. If it flashes red, it means it was in the right place, but no more. Let's have a look here. Let's see if we can get this first one. This is an edge piece. Go on. There we go. That flashed green. See? Flashes red, wrong, green. So there you go. That one's on me, people. That one's on me. So yeah, check that out. People are asking about candle scents. What's everyone's candle scents of choice going into October? I have this one that is like passion fruit cocktail, and it is so yummy. I love it so much. To be honest, I have all these water, what are they called? Essential oils, which comes out of this machine, and I've not used it for a while. And I've talked about these on a show ages ago, but got a full pack here. I tell you what, when I got COVID, this was a great test for seeing what works and what doesn't. But what's this one? Sweet orange. Just gonna have a little sniff now. See a bit Is this solvent abuse? It's nice. It's nice. Essential oils. I'd love to get an essential oils expert on. I'd be curious to know how they're like made and stuff. That'd be really cool. I saw a great video on Instagram 2 days ago, and it was someone that made candy canes, and it was a video of him showing the entire process of like how you get the colors and that, and it was really, really cool. Justin, be careful with oils. Yeah. God, everyone's talking about incense now. I did get a cool Halloween candle, which is like LED. It changes the lights change as you burn it, and I didn't know how it worked. And it's just like the heat just triggers it, and then like the candle changes color as it's burning. Super, super cool. People got plans for Halloween, or is it's too far for that kind of planning? We definitely need to think about what we're going to do as a Halloween show on here. We definitely need to do something. Maybe we'll do a Halloween quiz or something like that. But yeah, love all these suggestions coming in. But right, people, to kick things off with the topic, I'm just curious, who here... It might be one of those things that you haven't really thought about it, and sometimes when you think about it, you're like, I've brought attention to something that I didn't realise was there, and now it is there. But like, how many people have been dealing with like the blues lately? For me, I think it's a combination of things. But last week, I really noticed it. So like, while I wait for everyone in the chat to sort of give their takes on it. Oh wow, Clem saying, I'm going on a spooky walk at Blenheim Palace. This is cool. Oh, this is awesome. I might stay in a graveyard overnight on Halloween. This is unbelievable. This is hardcore stuff. Graveyard gatehouse. That sounds awesome. Yeah, last week I started noticing I was feeling low. And the thing is, it's just about sort of being in tune with like patterns of behavior. So for example, it was actually something I was going to talk about on last week's show. It was but we had so many random topics. Deliveroo we have it. This sounds so stupid. Like, what are you going to talk about, Myles? Deliveroo, food delivery service here in the UK. For the longest time, years and years prior to the pandemic, I'd occasionally get flyers through my door saying Deliveroo or Uber Eats, get your favourite food delivered. And I go, amazing, I don't have to go into town to get my favourite like burrito and stuff like that. And I'd go on the website, use the discount code that they offered me, find the store, and they would go, sorry, yeah, we don't deliver to you. That is so frustrating. So every time I get a flyer, my hope was like, maybe it's changed. Well, last week I downloaded the app and I realised that you do pay an extended delivery fee, but I'm now able to order stuff from some of my favourite places in my local town. Normally I'd have to do like a 20, 30, 40 minute round trip, finding parking. Obviously, you're driving. It's not great for the environment. So I started ordering. But I was so busy last week, I think I ordered Deliveroo like 4 times, which, to be honest, most people are going to go, well, yeah, Myles, that's how everyone starts on Deliveroo once you have access to all these food places. But it wasn't good. So that was the first thing. And then the second thing was, and actually this was done via Deliveroo, once you order your food, if you can then do a follow-up order in a certain amount of time for free delivery from like supermarkets. And I ordered a bottle of red wine. I do like red wine. I drink it very, very rarely. I used to drink it quite a bit, like a bottle a week. And last week I had 2 bottles of red wine, which some people are going, that's nothing. But for me, it was like, it's all about, changes in behavior. And so I was like, I wasn't cooking. I wasn't like probably eating well, even though the food tasted good and stuff. Although I had some really good sushi actually one day, and that was healthy. That was really, really tasty. And I might have it again actually at some point. But yeah, drinking wine. And then I was just working very, very long hours. And it was just basically all I was doing with my week was I was working, eating and sleeping, and really not much else. And so it was a pretty bad flow for me. And I've also been dealing with a lot of anxiety. And anxiety, I don't get as much anymore, and I'm pretty good at controlling it. But like every day the last 10 days I've been listening to a lot of like anti-anxiety playlists. Actually, I think not this weekend, the weekend before, I went to the flotation tank 2 times in 3 days. That is unheard of for me. Like, for me, a lot is doing it like 2 weeks in a row. Normally I do it every other week, but doing it 2 times in 3 days and like using them for the full time and feeling the need for it, I think that was definitely a big indication of it. And so when I was putting together this episode today and thinking of the topic of like summer blues, I was just thinking, oh my goodness, like, you know, when I'm in my evening meetings, I work for an American company, like how dark it is outside now. And, you know, those things come into play as well. And it all has a knock-on effect. And so, yeah, I've just been very, very aware that I've been feeling pretty low. And that's fine. We all have moments like that. And so it's a question of, what are you going to do about it? And so, yeah, on today, I have a list of like tips, helpful reminders, things that I definitely need to adhere to. But hopefully you'll have some tips that you have as well. But before I get to that, I just want to go through some of the comments that have been going on about this. Clem says, I love sushi. Popsicle says, I always get the blues, but then I suffer from depression. Oh man, tried to kill myself a few years back in attempted a second, so I have to see a therapist. NHS sucks and waiting times are ridiculous. Sorry, man, like putting that up on screen. I know you shared it in the chat. I should have read ahead. Yeah. I hope the therapy that you're going for is working really, really well for you. The NHS waiting times for mental health support is incredibly difficult. The last time I went through it, I did go privately, and that is not cheap. I did actually want to go back to my therapist. I had an amazing therapist, and it is okay to go back in for like checkups every, 1 or 2 years. But I don't think they practice anymore because I can't find them anywhere, and it makes me really, really sad because they were amazing. But the truth is, there'll be other amazing therapists out there as well. But I always worry that, starting with a new therapist, it means you spend quite a few sessions going through like the basics again, and when you just want to get to it. There's a bit of alignment that goes in through the first sessions. But yeah, Popsicle, massive love for you. And I do hope that you manage to pave a solid way through this. So yeah, lots of love from me. And I know there'll be a lot of love from people in the chat as well. David says, so much rain in the UK recently. I am definitely going to go for a long walk when we get a sunny day. This is the thing, though, is like, and actually on my list, exposure to sunlight, even when it's overcast, is important. Because even though it doesn't feel like, solid sun, it is still sunlight, and it's still really, really important. Popsicle says, I'm pessimistic, mostly. Are you British, Popsicle? Because if so, that definitely adds to pessimism. But yeah, lots of love. Callie says, I suppose I do a lot of walking to stave off the blues. Yeah, going out for walks is important. I need to start doing it. I haven't been going for my walks for quite a few weeks now. And that's another thing. The pattern of behaviour you notice isn't always about the things that you're doing. Like, I'm starting to drink red wine regularly. I'm starting to order delivery foods, on a regular basis. It's also like, what are the things you're not doing? Oh, I actually haven't left my house in like 4 days. Pieces like that can be quite something. So yeah, lots of love for Popsicle there. So really, really good. Chris says, I've been ill since summer was winding down, and I guess I've had a bit of a low mood. It's hard to tell because I'm always running on a baseline low mood. And that's the thing as well. It's about difference. It's about the swing. It always reminds me of Vanilla Sky. The sweet isn't so sweet without the sour. It's always about that contrast. I need to see Vanilla Sky again. I haven't watched it in like 20 years, and I did adore it. Important to take vitamin D in the winter. Yes, it is. Clem says, I actually find walking in the rain a great way to relieve anxiety and bad moods. It might not be for everyone, but worth a shot. I mean, I love the sound of rain. I listen to it when I go to sleep. I sometimes listen to my lo-fi playlists. with the sound of rain. For anyone that was tuned in last week will remember that I was playing some lo-fi rain music while on this virtual reality aircraft, which was great. So yeah, that was good. Chris says, I only leave the house to go to college. I actually think it's a really interesting point, because having a purpose, like going for an aimless walk, I mean, is great, but it's not always the easiest thing to do. So something I do when I struggle is I have a bottle bank. Almost sounded really British. Bottle bank. I have a bottle bank. Do you call it something different in the States? But it's just a recycling dispensers. Probably 5-10 minute walk from my home. And so what I'll do is, if I've got like a few jars, or in this case a couple of bottles of empty bottles of wine, what I'll do is I will use that as a motivator. I won't take everything with me. I won't take a bag with all the stuff to be recycled. I'll take one thing. The only issue is if people see me every day taking a different bottle of wine, then it might summarise a different look. But like, yeah, if I have a few jars, I'll just take one jar with me, and it'll be like, this is what I'm taking today. I'll go there and put it on the bottle bank and then come back. And, you know, a lot of the times when it comes to this, it's about playing mind games with yourself. It's you know, finding these mental tricks to help you overcome things and become motivators for tackling these pieces. Myles, do you take breaks during your work day? Great point. Rarely. Should work in 20-minute blocks, because even though you feel like you're working better overall, stepping away means when you come back to it, you perform better. So the reality is I should be taking more breaks, and that is a good reminder. So thank you for that, David. And a lot of these, it's why I call them helpful reminders. It's like, well, yeah, of course you're supposed to take breaks, but it's just amazing how one thing flies into the other. And you know, you can constantly be attacking things, but yeah, taking regular breaks is very important. Melanie says, I'm usually an optimist, but lately it's been hard to keep that headspace. Music always helps. Music. I love that song that we played at the beginning that was called, what was it called? Let the Music In. Let the Music In. Great tune. I might book a sunbed. I've never used a sunbed. Kind of freak me out. I'm not sure how I feel about them. Popsicle says, I live in London. Hard to be optimistic. Much love. Time to play VR. Hello to you. I bottled it at the bottle bank. Yeah, that's a good use of the term. And this is true, Chris, because when I was at Gamescom, Chris was just saying bottle banks in Germany actually give you money, living up to the bank part of the name. Yeah, that is very true. When I was at Gamescom at the main train station in Cologne, there were people rummaging through the rubbish bins, the trash cans, and I very quickly realised what they were doing. They would go round, like if you finished with a drink, they'd say, "Hey, can I take that for you?" And it's because they would take it to the bottle bank to claim some cash for it. I think it's a great scheme. I wish we did it over here. I don't know why we don't. Gamifying can be a really helpful strategy, Kira Cat Lady says. Yep, there are some apps you can do that you can create your own character. I mean, I'm saying this, and I feel like this was maybe what I thought an app was, and it wasn't. There must be an app like this. Let me describe it. So you create your own like avatar of you, and it's like an RPG. And then what you do is you create quest lines. So it might be go for a walk, and then like you might have big boss things, which is like go for a long walk, do the washing up, all these pieces. And when you tick them off on the game, it gives you XP to level up your character. And so it's an RPG. So you're literally creating an RPG for just doing things like have a shower or, you know, do all these pieces. And then you can have different stats that the tasks add towards. I think it's a brilliant idea. So, yeah. Your boy's name is Blake. There we go. Did he respond if he heard? Arlupa says, yeah, it's 25... cents, isn't it, in euros? 25 cents for plastic or tin. Oh, and I guess less. And then 8 cents for glass. Interesting. Yeah. Okay. That is really cool. All right. Well, I'm going to start going through the list now. And by the way, something I wanted to do before the show was to get background music. I've been meaning to do it for so many weeks, but I will get there. And I just want to say a massive hello to everyone. I just looked down at how many people were watching, and it's built up a lot. I hope you're all doing good. And if you're watching and haven't and want to join the chat, say hello. I love saying hello to all of you. And also, I just want to say a massive thank you for all the kind words and love that's been sent my way lately. I genuinely feel that I've just not been in a good functioning place for a good couple of months now. I'm going to do something about it. I'm going to be doing something about it, and this is what we're going to be going through on this. David says, my Fitbit vibrates at 10 minutes to the hour if I have not done 250 steps in that hour. I have an Apple Watch, but I need to get back into the habit of like giving a damn about it. It's kind of washed over me anymore. And do remember to give the live stream a big like, everyone. Yeah, if you're watching right now, people, only a quarter of you have hit the like button. Now, I appreciate that everyone watching, not all of you have a YouTube account. If you don't have a YouTube account, then that's fine. But if you do have a YouTube account, just hit that like button. Really, really appreciate it. I don't push that as much as I do normally, so I'm just going to do it now. Okay, right. Going to start going through this. So I've got six items to talk about today, people, dealing with those post-summer blues. Someone gave a dislike. By the way, dislikes are they count as engagement. So yeah, don't let me tell you what your vote is. Your vote is very important. You can give it a thumbs up, or you can give it a thumbs down. But give it a thumbs either way. Do what you want to do as a Roman emperor. Okay, right. So the first one I'm going to get to is something we've touched upon already, and it's maximizing exposure to sunlight. Getting outside, even when it's cloudy, can help boost the mood and energy levels. And you know what? There's this cycle that I always forget the name of what it is. It's the... Oh, what's the cycle called? It is called... Oh, what is it called? Someone can tell me. Is it the Circadian? Or Circadian? This is it. It's spelt slightly differently, but you are right to it. But it is the circadian rhythm, isn't it? Cycle. I'm trying to think of the professor who spoke about this, and I've spoken about it on a show before. But hey, Jan, for me, colourful LED light works as well. Just changes my mood. This is good, actually. Yeah, changing colours scenes can help with that, especially. Huberman, that was it. Andrew Huberman, who is a American neuroscientist, he has some really good takeaways on things to improve your wellness. And there's a few things that he's spoken about that I've engaged with and have worked. And obviously, I don't stick with them all the time. I definitely want to get back to it. But one of the things he mentioned was half an hour exposure to the sun at the start or at the end of the day is really, really important. I used to always go in the middle of the day. That's still better than nothing. But when you first wake up, it's doing things like have a drink of water to get your metabolism going. Have a cold shower. I tell you what, cold showers are tough. But when I started nailing them, you really do feel the benefit. They are incredible. But it is that whole thing of like, I don't want to do it. And then afterwards, you're like, I'm so glad I did it. So it's about getting into that. But then also like, then go out for a walk. If it's really bright out, you can do 20 minutes. If it's overcast, try and do 40 minutes. But any exposure to sunlight is better than no sunlight at all. So that is definitely something worth looking into. How is everyone's... does everyone go for a walk every day? I used to do power walking quite a lot, and I did it for the first time, I think, on Saturday or Sunday, and I felt really good for it. I felt really good. Does anyone use a daylight lamp in the morning? I don't. I'm trying to actually think about the daylight lamp. Let's have a look here. How they look. Because I've actually never looked at these. Oh. Okay, they're like this. Interesting. I've done infrared therapy before. That's pretty cool. But yeah, like, this is them. So they are like LED lamps. Are these the same as the SAD lamps? I mean, I'm just looking at one on Amazon. This could be terrible. Oh, that's kind of cool. But these are sad SAD lamps. Okay, so maybe it's actually... I'm always thinking about, like, waking up next to him. Do you know what? I don't know if you got a referral code, Kira, but I might actually get one of these. I might get one of these, because if I could put it next to my desk... A compact and lightweight LED light therapy lamp for a mood and energy boost wherever you need it. Bright light, such as sunlight, on a clear midsummer day makes us feel positive, alert, and energized. However, many people don't get enough bright light during their day, particularly in autumn and winter. The short, dark days can trigger symptoms of winter blues, like lack of energy, wanting to sleep more, and socialize less. So I assume it's not just a light, it is actually emitting... It says vitamin L, which means just vitamin light, right? Or it's a vitamin L light. That's like when you call it an ATM machine, which the machine word is redundant because ATM is... The M in ATM stands for machine. So it's not ATM because machine, because it'd be machine. It's not the same with vitamin L. Does it stand for Lux? Is that what it's for? Okay, I'm definitely going to look into this. I've heard this spoken about for a while. Oh, I like this, shedding some light. That's a good review. It says, a portable solution with caveats. Oh, it is a certified medical device. However, it's important to note that the Lumi Vitamin L is not a one-size-fits-all solution. While the surface area is generous, some users may find it too small or lacking in customization options to meet their specific needs. Furthermore, the effectiveness of light therapy can vary from person to person, and some individuals may require more intensive treatment, which is fair enough. Yeah, okay. I'm going back into the chat, see what people are saying about this. Mojo says, and everyone in chat, I know I'm not alone doing this, but when I'm low, I look down a lot when I'm out and about, so looking up or looking at people in the eyes a boost. That's a really good part of it. That is a really good part of it. Izzard, sometimes I'll leave something like a Mars bar for myself in a drawer I don't often use and forget about. When I discover it much later, it's like an unexpected gift, as long as it's not like melted like down the back of the couch. You stand up and it's just all smudged. Now that's kind of cool though. I like that. I do some walking for community work, Dominic says. That's great. David says, yeah, I try and walk outside every day. Yeah, I've been walking home after work for exercise to break my routine. Do they help with the vitamins you get from natural light? That is the thing I'm trying to work out. I don't know, because it's like, is it tricking you? Additionally, it's energy efficient and UV free design. Well, you know what I'm gonna do. I always do this. Actually, we had this conversation with ChatGPT a while ago because I was asking about like lights coming through windows. It removes the good stuff. Hey ChatGPT, we're talking about post-summer blues today and the different solutions. And someone in the chat, Kira Cat Lady, say hi to Kira Cat Lady, recommended the portable like lights you can get, the SAD lights. And I was curious, SAD lights, are they tricking you to make you feel better, or is it actually giving you vitamins? How does it work?
Hey, Kira Cat Lady. Great suggestion on the sad lights. So, they aren't exactly giving you vitamins, but they do help by mimicking natural sunlight, which can improve your mood and energy levels. It's not about vitamins, but about how the light affects your brain. The bright light helps regulate your body's internal clock and boosts serotonin, the feel-good hormone. It's like giving your brain the sunlight it might be missing during the darker months, which can help reduce symptoms of seasonal affective disorder. Pretty cool, right?
So obviously it's not a replacement for going
Hey,
out.
Cat Lady, thanks for the suggestion. So, sad lights aren't really giving you vitamins like, say, vitamin D.
You're just repeating yourself. It was getting confused there. So I guess it is just like, it's just a mental boost. Obviously you should be going out more. But yeah. Callie says, I walk every day. Only time I didn't was when I was in hospital. So I've been walking every day since. Growing cannabis works. Yeah, I've heard about this. Oh, you got PIN number. Because it's your personal identification number. PIN number. Yeah, number. That's exactly right. I was recommended by my GP and was hoping for a recommendation. They are quite pricey. They are indeed. Chaos, you are naughty. I'm not reading that. Yeah, lots of love for the hidden Mars bar trick from Izzard. That's great. Well, they've actually got the new AI voice, but it's only for America at the moment. It's going to be coming to the UK soon. So yeah, let me ask that, because this is the thing, was it's a placebo, right? God, it's connecting, taking its time. So it's a placebo effect.
Yeah. Sometimes it takes a bit for things to catch up. But to get back to the lights, they really help your brain.
So it is a placebo effect. Obviously it's better to get actual sunlight, but the difference, like using an SAD light, isn't actually good for you, or is it good for you because it is tricking your brain? That was such a...
Sorry, I'm having issues right now. Could not understand what you said.
You are so fucking rude. You used to understand me. Expect a response in 3 to 5 working days. Oh my God. Everyone deserves a day off, including ChatGPT. Right, people. So that was maximizing sunlight. I've still got 5 more things to go through on here. Second is the power of nutrition. Hey, Salvador. Thanks for joining. The power of nutrition. What foods can help combat the seasonal slump, and why a balanced diet is essential during colder months. So I just want to say that, this ties in a lot with what I've been feeling the past week. It's not even just about eating good food. It's I made myself some tomato soup the other day, and I literally couldn't get through it. I just had lost all my appetite. It was so sad. But it's also like cooking, making time for cooking. Cooking is a very mindful experience, like looking at stuff as it's sizzling. I love making cauliflower rice. I know I always talk about that. I got a cauliflower downstairs. I was supposed to be cooking for a friend, but that got cancelled. But I was going to be cooking my favourite buffalo cauliflower wings. I'll cook it for myself. That's fine. But yeah, tomato soup is good. It's very wholesome, and that's why I was really depressed I couldn't have it. James in the chat says, who's going to be much better than ChatGPT, it's not a placebo. The photons reaching the brain in certain wavelengths actually changes brain chemistry. There we go. I don't think placebo was the right term I was looking for. It was just whether or not it's like tricking your brain and therefore you're not getting the full benefits. But the point is, it is an environmental stimulation. So yeah, I definitely think I need to do that. It has to be a certain type of light though. Okay. Lumber says a good stew. I've actually got some stew to make. I need to get one of those proper stew pots. That would be really, really great. That is such a good shout though. So you're thinking about this, thinking about wholesome food, and winter is the perfect time for wholesome food. It's good for this. So yeah, I think this is all really, really good. Okay, lot of support for Joe and his good stew thing. A lot of people going with that. I'm going to keep going through the list, people, but feel free to keep bringing up stuff on any of these bullet points. Thirdly, staying active. Physical activity, despite the temptation to hibernate indoors, is very, very important. We talk about going for walks. Going for walks can be impactful, but just doing some working out indoors can be great as well. So whether it's, you can just use your own body weight to work out, find routines, make sure you have a mat. If you do VR, there's like VR experiences which require a lot of activity. I definitely need to do more of that. That would be really, really important. Les Mills, Jan says, yeah, Les Mills is one of those apps indeed. I'm getting hungry now. I just had some Weetabix and blueberries with a bit of honey for dinner. I wasn't really that hungry. That is good. Right, number 4, mental health check-ins. So this is what I've talked about already. It's recognizing the signs of seasonal depression and the importance of talking to someone if you're struggling. I'm doing that now. Talking with you guys now has been really, really good for this. But yeah, just being open with people because other people go through similar stuff. Just communication, connection. It's a really important thing. But yeah, checking in with each other, but also checking in with yourself. Number 5 is creating a cozy space. Can you create a cozy space, a comforting environment to retreat to as the days get darker? I definitely need to do this more. I need to just lounge around in my living room on my couch with my blanket, watch some TV. Oh, I've started watching. I know it's been out a while now. I was always a fan of the show Dexter, but I never saw the reboot Dexter New Blood, and I started watching that, and I have to say I've been pretty impressed with it. It feels legit, and that's been good. I've been really, really enjoying that. Maybe I should do that tonight. A part of me is just like, once I finish this and get my last bit of work done, go straight to bed. But no, I should force myself to just take some time, watch some TV, and that would be great as well. What did James says? ChatGPT is great for cooking, can give you recipes and grocery lists based on your requirements. That's how I first began to use it. Yeah, I did a massive audit of my fridge and freezer and cupboards, and then it gave me ways of doing it. Kira says, repost for checking in. It's definitely the start of SAD for me. I have a depression index I regularly do that shows ups and downs. I don't know if this is exactly what you're talking about, but this was a great technique I learned when I did cognitive behavioral therapy. I'll just give you an example, and I recommend everyone watching this, just regardless of how you're feeling, just give this a try at the end of today or, tomorrow. If I sort of go up to someone and say, how are you feeling? It might be, oh yeah, I'm feeling okay, or yeah, I'm feeling happy, or no, I'm not, I'm feeling pretty down. But what does that actually mean? Because let's say every day I'm feeling down. That just feels like, I wasn't going to say self-defeating, but it feels perpetual, and it feels like there's no progress being made. Whereas what my therapist told me about was you would basically write a list of all the things you're feeling. Do you know what? Let's do a virtual notepad for this now. Can we do this? God, it's not letting me do this. Sketchpad. Here we go. Let's see how this works. No, just want to do this. Oh god, this is horrible. I want to wipe. Can I choose the layers? No, I just want a white background. Auto draw. Start drawing. Here we go. So, yeah, let's say I'm thinking about how I am today. So actually, I can do the type stuff. So today I am feeling. Let's just say I am feeling low. I'm feeling like I have no appetite. Let's say I feel tired. I feel bored. And like depressed, even if there are similar words, and I feel, I don't know, just kind of like useless. Let's just have some nice negative words. Now, every day you start writing lists of how you're feeling, and it might be staying around in this way. But what my therapist said was, wait a minute, this is not helpful. We're going to do a spectrum. Okay, we're going to do a spectrum. And then she would say, what's the opposite of low? Well, high, high, but we'll say positive for the sake of this. Positive, no appetite. I'm going to say satisfied, tired, energized, bored, entertained. Are you not entertained? Depressed. I'm just going to say happy. I know that's a contentious one. Depressed, opposite of depression isn't always happy. And useless and empowered. A lot of E words here. So what you do then is you have this list and you have a scale. Now, obviously, it's not going to be great for this. But what you would do is you would have it like this on each side. But then for each of these, you would then mark them down. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So you would do that for all of them. And so you would go from 0 to 10. And then what you do is every day you have your list and you go, right, how am I feeling today on the tired thing? Because if you're talking like just in words, you're just dealing with absolutes. It's like you're either tired or you're energized, or I'm a bit both. But that's not very nuanced. And the reason this is important is today I might be going, okay, well, how tired am I feeling? Well, actually, if on a scale of like 0 for tired and 10 to energized, well, I'm definitely feeling tired. I'm going to say I'm probably like a 2. So I'm here. But then the next day I come back, new sheet. How am I feeling tired-wise? And I might be like, I feel a 3. Now, if I didn't have this scale, I'd be like, I just feel tired. I still feel tired. Whereas instead now I can go, you know what? I was a 2 yesterday. I'm now a 3. I'm going in the right direction. What's different today? Why am I feeling slightly less tired than before? The changes might not even be that significant. And other times, and then the next day it's like, oh, I'm a 7. I'm a 7. I'm feeling pretty energized. And it just means instead of using absolutes and words are very important. You're now building scales. And for this example, I just gave a list of negative words and did the positives. But you might do a list of things where actually you've got some low negative words and some positive, and then you just basically work out what is the opposite of those things. I haven't been reading the chat during it, but I'm just wondering if people found that interesting. Are those lines freehand because they're incredibly straight? Yeah, they were free. Actually, they are pretty impressive. Here we go. See, now I'm trying to do it. Doing circles as well. Oh, who can do the perfect circle? I can't. But yeah, that is definitely something I have found super, super helpful. Right. Let's have a look here. I'm just having a look in the chat. Kira says that looks easy to use. But yeah, this is stuff that you can do yourself. Absolutely. Callie says, I was well knackered this morning. Not sure why, but I seem to perk up almost every day by the afternoon. Super, super good. Kira says, my index has 21 questions with a 0 to 3 point scale, so it uses a little gradient. Your gradient exercise is super helpful for daily uses. Yeah, you're right. I think that finding out what works for you is pretty important there. Time says, this is interesting. I may try it for now, but I have to go. Goodbye, Tool. Have a beautiful time. Time to play VR. Thank you very much. Thanks for stopping by. Right, we talked about creating a cozy space. So just have a recap on these things. Number 1, maximizing sunlight. Very, very important. Number 2, Embrace the power of nutrition. Cook yourself some really good food. Number 3, because even the process of cooking can build up an appetite. Number 3, staying active. Number 4, have mental health check-ins with yourself and each other. Number 5, create a cozy space, not just for sleeping in, but for chilling in. And then number 6, which we haven't got in yet, is personal routines. What small daily habits or routines have helped others cope with the seasonal change, and what has worked for you? So speaking with friends, it's that kind of checking in stuff. So for me, when it comes to daily habits, in the morning, I have some green tea with a drop of honey, and I put on some anti-anxiety music as I'm sort of getting into the swing of things. That's very helpful for me. Also, getting all my clothes ready for the next day. Even though I work from home, just having it all by my bathroom door. So in the morning, I can just get up, have a drink of water, have a shower, because sometimes I'm like, I just need to, jump on the computer and do some work, and then I'll grab a shower. No, let the drinking water, having a shower, going for a little walk, make time for it, because you will definitely benefit in the long run. And I'm saying this as a reflection on myself. Like, these are things that I need to check in with myself and make sure I'm doing, because I've definitely been dropping the ball there. So yeah, those are the 6 things. And this brings us to the top of the hour, people. So I just want to say a massive, massive thank you, everyone, for tuning in. I felt better for doing this indeed. I'm definitely thinking, instead of just going straight to bed tonight, maybe I should, though. Maybe I should just get cozy on the couch and just light a candle downstairs and watch some TV. I don't know. Lumberjack says, yeah, it's really hard to check in with yourself, but it is massive. It is massive to do. Yeah. Absolutely. All right, people. Well, as you know, every week we like to take a moment to think about what we're grateful for, which is a great thing to do if you're dealing with seasonal blues. So, yeah, vitamin G is something that we talk about. Vitamin G, we just take a moment to think of a person, a place, a thing, an experience, something that we're grateful for. And, yeah, share it with the chat if you want. If you don't share it with the chat, that's absolutely fine. You can keep it to yourself. For me, my vitamin G is one of my favourite places in London that I went to with a friend on Sunday, which is called Melee Pear. I always recommend this place. It's an Italian place right by Piccadilly Circus. I'm going to show you it. The food's great. The food's really good here. The best of traditional Italian. So you look at it upstairs and you're like, oh, this is a small place. But when you go downstairs, it's really, really good. They do like pre-theatre. They do pre-theatre like menus and that. But the food is excellent. And the thing that I like on this menu is I'm blocking it at the moment, I think. I'm going to move over here. It's this one here, the olives. I was never a fan of olives, but these are deep fried olives with Nuja in it, stuffed in. Oh my goodness, they are incredible. But yeah, they got some really good food, and the desserts were really good. The tiramisu. Oh, this place made me like 3 things that I didn't like before: olives, beer, because they have Moretti, and tiramisu. And it wasn't that I didn't like it, it's just it's not stuff I ever really went for, but really, really good here. So yeah, I'm just grateful for Melee Pear, like good food places. I just wanted to shout it out because I can't believe it. I've been going there for like 12 years now, and whether it's work meetings, hanging out with friends, going for just a drink, having a meal, or going on dates, I've always gone to this place. It's a good all-rounder. So yeah, I thought I'd have a different one for vitamin G this week. So that is it from me. Right. Awesome. I'm glad people found the lists useful. Really, really glad to hear that. James says, this was great. Gonna get cozy. Thank you. It's good to know. Good to know. Chris says, my vitamin G, like my friends or something. Friends or something. Very important. Callie says, vitamin G, a few regulars on Threads. Informative peeps on historical matters. Do I need to start posting on Threads? Do I need to start making that a thing? Chris says, ooh, sliced white truffle. Yeah, I've not tried that. Maybe that's something I'll have to check out sometime. Kira says, I start an internship next week, and they accommodated me with a 2 p.m. till 7 p.m. shift instead of an 8 a.m. start. Winner. Mojo says, as my mental health and my stress levels have been fluctuating last few months, my vitamin G is just for everyone I have in my life to help me fight the bad days. Absolutely. I can speak with that. I definitely need to check in with quite a few people in my life. I've been quite disconnected from people the last few weeks. So yeah, I need to make some pretty drastic changes to my life, but just one step at a time. Don't think of everything. Just think of the small things you can do and build from there. Nick says, Vitamin G finished a cabinet project that I've been working on for most of the year. Feeling amazing to finally done it. I want to see a photo, dude. Share it in the Empathy Arcade Discord. I want to see that. Like, anyone that can do stuff like that, super, super impressive. Although I built a cabinet when I was 16, it was like a school project. I couldn't do it now. It took me a long time to do, but I'll show a photo of that sometime. That's super cool to have furniture to know that you sort of made it. Clem Fandango says, touching base with Myles Dyer live and the chat. I've missed the past few live streams and my week felt emptier for it. Aw, well, it's wonderful to have you here, and I'm incredibly grateful for those kind words. Nick says, tiramisu is the best. Tiramisu gets a vitamin G from me as well, yeah. Joshua says, looks delicious. It was all very, very nice. And you have a tiramisu recipe? Wow, you got it all, man. Yes, post on threads. All right, I will have a look into it. I mean, I'm not even posting on Instagram and stuff at the moment. I just don't have time for it, so I need to do it. But yeah, I can link threads to my Instagram. All right. Dominic says, vitamin G for having friends who check in with me. Much love for them. James says, I was in Siena 2 weeks ago and had artichoke pie with sliced white truffle. Was my favourite food in 2 weeks of Italy. Wow, okay, I need to try this then. I need to try this. The chat on here is a rolling permanent vitamin G place for me. Love to hear it. Love to hear it. Well, listen, people, we're going to wrap it up there. I want to say a massive thank you for everyone for tuning in. This has really picked up my spirit. And this is what I love about this show is I'll come in with a topic and maybe a few bullet points I want to talk about. And then I sort of go with a train of thought. And the fact that this gets to be a conversation is what makes this really special. So yeah, I just want to say I really appreciate everyone, and I know I say this a lot at the moment, but I just feel that the last few months I've just been it's been tough, and I'm definitely getting into a better place, and I just want to sort of say, everyone, thank you for enduring with me. There's a lot of things I want to be doing. I want to be live streaming VR again. I want to be getting guests on this show and stuff, but I've just been dealing with a lot, and that is life. Life is ups and downs, and the fact that everyone has been so wonderful and supportive means the world to me. So thank you. Final one I'll add. Jan says, vitamin G, 1 hour lonely time in the woods daily. Sounds depressive, isn't it? I mean, no, I like going for walks in the woods, but and it's Shinrin Yoku is the Japanese term, forest bathing. It's one of my favourite things to do. So it sounds wonderful. I just wouldn't do it at night. Chaos says, dude, this show. Love it. I just love all these messages. There's more stuff. I'm gonna put these. Keep sending your thoughts. We're gonna go to the credits, and then I'll see you afterwards. But honestly, people, love, respect, empathy, and I'll catch you next time. Much love all. Bye bye.
On the road, I was chasing sunsets all alone. The darkness faded. chasing sunsets all alone. A darkness fading, painting goodbye big sky. Far away but dreaming of your ocean eyes.
Thanks, everyone. Two things. Firstly, I love the whole thing about who has ocean eyes. Genuinely wasn't even something I even thought about, but it happens every so often when I meet new people. It's happened twice this year. When I spend a lot of time with someone new and we hang out, I don't know what, it's weird. Like, it's not even a passing comment. It always seems to happen the same way. They just go, "What colour are your eyes?" It is the best outro song. It's the right length. It's got a good flow to it, and it's good. But yeah, I always get asked what colour my eyes are. My eyes are sometimes blue and they're sometimes green. They actually change colour based on my mood. And so, yeah, that's why I think when people spend like a significant amount of time with me, they'll be like, "Have your eyes changed colour?" So yeah, although my eyes aren't teal, I think teal is that mix between blue and green. Although you could say it's grey, tealy blue. So there we go. But yeah, as I said, that's not the reason I chose the song. But I like that it ties in with the teal and all that. Chris was asking about Shinrin-yoku and like forest bathing. Does that mean going to springs, or is it about spending time just in the forest? It is just about spending time with the forest. Spending half an hour among trees. Being connected to nature. But don't take my word for it. I'm wondering if ChatGPT struggled because I was wearing these. Let's have a look here. Hey ChatGPT, we were just talking about my favourite phrase, Shinrin-yoku, the Japanese term for forest bathing. And I was asked, like, what does it mean exactly? So I gave a bit of an introduction about spending time among trees, among nature. 30 minutes a day can be a great practice for your mental health and well-being. But I was just wondering if you could tell us anything interesting about Shinrin-yoku, and if you could actually say it in Japanese. Oh my goodness. I give up. ChatGPT needs a break. ChatGPT is experiencing seasonal blues. But yeah, there is a test that determines if you see turquoise or blue or green. Interesting. I have to look at that. This is interesting. Yeah, ChatGPT is really struggling today. I'm not sure what's going on. All right, people, I am going to be heading off. But I just want to say a massive thank you, and I look forward to seeing you next time. Much love.